What's up, D Nation? Nick Landry back with another episode of the 10K Challenge, and we're within $100 of wrapping this up. So we're still in the hand-by-hand play. There was 2 other videos we released, and this is the 3rd of that series. And still some of the same players we have. A couple people sitting out, a couple have gone here and there, but everybody's still about the same from the previous episodes. Again, we're just about $100 away, just a little bit over $100. I had lost a couple blinds here and there from the last episode, but trying to wrap this thing up. Again, we are playing a little bit more hands than usual just because the table has dictated so. There's been a lot of people who are calling bets, even larger bets, out of position and giving up on a lot of the post-flop plays, and we've been winning some of our money like that. So we're going to continue playing some of the hands that are very marginal just because right now I believe our post-flop advantage is very good at the tables we have got selected, and we just don't really have any hands right now that we're playing. So maybe we'll play this 8-5 over here. Who knows? Nope, we're going to dump it. This guy's been playing a lot of pots. We will get in there, but 8-5 is just not one of those. I mean, if it was 8-6 or 8-7, then yes, and if it was definitely suited, we would play it there too. But especially with us having position on him on most hands. And our ace-7 hand we're going to get rid of. Again, I look for like an ace-9 offsuit type of hand that I'm going to take with him. If we're ace-7 suited, I don't mind taking that against him. We have ace-king on the bottom table and pocket 3s up here. So looking to maybe get something going. Again, we want to go ahead and just raise our pocket 3s. We have a tie guy who limped, and then our guy who's been calling way too much. And if we do hit and we do get called, but again, we've been able to play a lot of post flop against this player 3 and win a lot of pots. So pocket 3s, we just don't want to limp in there and see what the flop brings us. We're looking to try to make the most money from them. And when you're out of position, go ahead and raise it and see, especially when the way those players just played that hand. Here we're a 6-3 suited. We're going to check, and not much really happened. All 4s, so we can't really do much with this type of board. Can't look for a spade because somebody has a pocket pair. Even in pocket 2s, they got us crushed. That's just a board we're going to give up on. And in doing so, you know, I started, look at this. Are we going to make a straight flush? Well, we made the straight. That'd have been an interesting river. We were still in the hand. There's a 5. I mean, it had us beat, but straight flush would have been funny. So in this hand by hand, I've been trying to limit the about 15 minutes, and I kind of like that more than moving to the 30 minutes. It gives us a little bit enough time, and I seem like I don't have as many dead spots in it. I like being able to just talk about our hands, and it looks like I'm being able to do so. So in the future, if they ever do some more videos for you guys, I'll probably do them in that section. So again, we're calling these guys at this table because our post-flop advantage. This flop will be very hard for him to continue on, so we might look to maybe do a check raise here, even with our gut shot. So if he bets, we can check raise type of hand, and then we picked up 2 pair with the heart draw, so we'll definitely bet it down. And if he has king queen, that's fine. We'll see. He calls again, and we're just going to half pot it again. We're naming our price. If he goes crazy, and then we're not folding our ace-10 suited, so he hit a set of 6s, and we're pretty much done in that hand down here. So didn't have our overs, but we're not folding for another $3 or whatever it was. And I think we won that hand up here, did we not? Kind of sad whenever you played a hand you can't remember if you won it or not. We're going to fold this one. Look for suited. If it was king jack, I don't mind, but that's just a little too marginal being the first act throughout the whole progress of the hand. Be hard to figure out where we are, especially against 2 people who are just call all the time post flop. And hopefully, let's see if we get us a hand. Give us a hand. Player 3, don't go away. Queen 9, we have a guy posted out of position too. So here I'm going to look to go ahead and try to win this out, and at least maybe get the button for this guy posted. If player 1 calls, he is very tight. And again, here's our buddy who calls way too much. So we might have been able to get him to call and still make more money. But with dead money posted there, knowing that player 1 ends up playing a tighter range, that's definitely a hand that I can go ahead and open up there and try to pick up that free money. So we need us about not $100. We're still right around that $100. So about $100 will push us over the $10,000 mark in the 10K challenge. Mouth's getting dry, so we had to take us a little break there. Oh, 2-3. Can't play that bad. We could. We just have. Thing is, we got to look out for any hand we open, and then this player 5 over here is with $9. We got to look for hands out. We don't mind to take, so like suited connectors, pocket pairs, and any ace we're going to take against him, and probably any broadways when he shoves. There's our buddy just limping again, and then we'll see if this guy limped again. So again, we're looking at maybe free money. Even if player 3 calls, player 4 will probably get out of the way here. I don't really see him. If he does call, then we can maybe put suited connectors or some form of fashion in his hand. I mean, I don't really see. I mean, if the guy would actually come over the top and shove all in, be kind of interesting to see that, just as tight as he is. And this is a good board where either he's hit this very hard or he hasn't. And we know we don't have to make a bet sizing on the larger side. So if he does anything funky here, it's an easy give up. He just don't do it. And if he calls, there's just, any diamond comes or we're just shutting down. So if we check to him, even if an ace comes, we're going to check. And we're not going to call because he has a 10 at some fort. But that's a great hand where we can just bet and take it down. He limped in. So either it's hitting him very hard or not at that time. So we know if we do pick up an ace, it's just we still want to check. We don't want to bet it because we know he's pretty strong or he's on a diamond draw of some sort. I mean, he could have had a gut shot draw, but I don't see him calling there probably with a gut shot. This guy, again, he's pretty timid post-flop, so we're just going to, he limped in and then he checked. He's just saying, take it away, and so we did. Oh, goodness gracious. So here we're actually just going to flat. I think we'll get a heads up. He will call it again. There's a lot of flops we can bet, so if he checks, we can probably bet this flop. Again, this guy's betting 4 and been playing that way, so we're going to call up here too. We're actually going to float him one time here. Just see if he really has the jack or not. So if he actually fires off again, then that means he probably had a jack. If he had the 2 and it was bad net, then yes, he's money there. But we can easily still give up in this hand. And we didn't really flop. I mean, we could call once for the back door. But I would like to see a club and maybe like a 7 also or something like that. So he bets again. Then he shows his ace king. We kind of knew from this guy over here that he had to have something. He never bets. So this guy's bet twice. Again, we're looking for the spot to where we can win the hand. And then over here, we just want to try to isolate to this guy. So we want to make it 4 to everybody else. And I assume player 6 will probably call. And if player 5 shoves his 26, we can fold out. We're looking just to play player 2 heads up. Player 1 came along and now he raises. So we're definitely going to call. We're just looking at him. To where we know when we flop, we're getting his whole stack if, he's got as strong his hand as he thinks he does. And he probably does. I mean, he's betting again. He never hardly ever does that. So I don't see many hands that player 1 would fold there, and he's got to call the $4. So he flopped actually the set. So that was a very aggressive move when he raised it there. It's very interesting that he actually made that play. So very, very interesting. And the thing is, I should probably be opening the bet sizing bigger, and because he's been calling so much. Queen Jack is a nut, so we're going to be a little cautious if somebody plays into us. He bets, so here we're just going to call and see, and it's unfortunate the jack came. We're really going to see what, I mean, the queen's still good. I mean, I would assume if he has the queen, he's going to bet it here, and if he doesn't, he's probably just checking here, and we'll check behind him. So he bets 15. So the thing is, did he have queen jack to begin with, or king queen? Oh, and he bets 15. This is on borderline. So we're calling 15 to win 60 pretty much. I got to make the call. Queen jack. There it is, guys. So an easy read. The guy doesn't ever bet, so it was pretty obvious that when he flopped it. So we can just write in boo or whatever. And it was just pretty obvious what he had at that time. He doesn't ever hardly bet. Problem is, he did pretty decent in pricing us in there on the end. So what do we add? We're back to about 100 and 20-ish, 30-ish, somewhere around in there. So it's up and down, up and down. We're getting away with this. Probably our pocket nines will be the last hand in this other 15-minute segment, and then we'll kind of restart it back up. Unless this pocket nines just mops the floor here. Usually I will raise, but I'm assuming because this guy's playing a tight range, I know this guy's coming, and then this guy's coming. So if we flop very big here, then we can probably get paid off in a big way. And our pocket nines, we're just going to go ahead and lead out. And if these guys get funky, we can just fold. Because it just means we're probably looking at pocket jacks, queens, any type of thing like that, spade draw. Here we're giving ourselves to invest as little bit of the money as possible and win the hand, which we just did. So again, we're just trying to invest, see where we are, and if it gets crazy, we can just get away with our pocket nines. There's no reason to try to be a hero at pocket nines. Even if we are ahead, it's not ahead by probably like 5 or 6%. So, and the player 2 is just like, sorry, just getting the cards. But we kind of said, you know, he has king, queen, the queen jack hand, and what it would have been really sick is if we made the fold on the flop. But again, when we flop 2 pair like that, you know, if we still hit an ace or king, we're pretty much probably going to stack him at that point. And you can easily fold that on the river too. I mean, we totally put it in his range, but then we look at percentages like, would he bet 2 pair that way? 2, then, you know, yes, he probably would have because he did it before with 2 pair. So it looks like queen jack is the hand to have right now. People hitting it all over the place. And our king 9 hand here, we're just going to get rid of it. You know what? I told you guys we were going to stop. So this will be our last hand in this episode of the hand-by-hand play and the 10K challenge. So until next time, guys, good luck at the tables.